What's going on, everybody? Here today to show you how to bridge two Verizon Actiontec wireless routers together. Reason you might want to do this is, say you have a router by your computer that gives off a really good connection, but it doesn't distribute the connection evenly throughout your house. Say in your bedroom or somewhere upstairs, wherever you're not getting a good internet connection, and you have two wireless routers. You can do this to improve your signal strength throughout your house. I'm going to be doing it with two of the same routers, which is the default Verizon Fios Actiontec wireless router that they give you when they do the installation. Right now I have my master. As you can see up here in my Wi-Fi settings, I have the master router selected. I would say your master router would be the router that you've had set up the longest, the one that's closest to your computer. I labeled mine master. You can have it labeled whatever you want. And what I've done is I set up another router in my bedroom, which is this router up here, which I haven't named yet. So basically, you need to have two routers set up in two different locations in your house or apartment. And right now I have both of them on, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to turn off your master router and just have this new router that you just set up on. So I'm going to go turn off my router, my master router, and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I just did was I went and turned off my master router so that the only router that I have that's connected to the internet is the new router that I just set up. And the reason that I did this is there is a lot of issues with different connections when you have two routers plugged into a coaxial location. Otherwise, this whole tutorial would be pointless because you could just have two routers plugged in at the same time. It would defeat the whole purpose. So it's not going to let you have both of them plugged in at the same time. You'll disconnect and reconnect to the two different routers at different points as you try to change settings, and sometimes you won't even notice that you've changed routers, and you could just change settings and mess a lot of things up. So that's why we turned off, and when I say turned off, like physically turn it off, unplug the plug, whatever you have to do. It's not on right now. It may say it's on under your network preferences, but you know that it's off because you turned it off. So what you're going to want to do is connect to your new router, which you just set up, the new one, which still has the default name that Verizon gave it, which is right here. So we're connected to that. We're going to pull up our browser, and we're going to navigate to this address right here, which is 192.168.1.1, which is your default gateway that connects to your router. We'll go ahead and sign in. And the first thing that we'll do once we sign in is we will go to wireless settings and make sure that the SSID matches the name of the router that we're connected to, just to make sure that we're connected to that router. What I'll do right now, just to make things a little bit easier, is I'm going to rename this to Bridge, and I will apply the settings. It's going to temporarily disconnect. I renamed it to Bridge just so as I go through this it'll make more sense to you. My other router is named Master, this one's named Bridge. So we'll go ahead and we'll let this reconnect. Could take up to a minute. Okay, so we'll select Bridge and we'll go back to our router. So here we are at the main page, and this is what now we're going to start bridging this router. We'll go to wireless settings again. Here, just make sure that it says SSID and the name that we just renamed it, which is Bridge. And what we'll do is we'll go to, from the main page, we'll go to My Network, Network Connections, and then we're going to go to Broadband Connection for the coaxial, and we'll click that. Go to Settings right here. And what if this will be set up to by default was you'll have this and it'll say release in a box right here. Somewhere near here it'll say release. So you'll click release, and then under internet protocol right here we're going to select no IP address. The reason mine doesn't have this little box, well, here it is right here, DHCP release. You'll see this, you'll click release, and then under internet protocol click no IP address, like that. once this kind of pops back up a little bit and you have more red space down here, you'll know that that you did what you wanted to do. We'll click apply, and once again we'll click apply, and it might say cable disconnection here. That's okay. What we'll do is we'll go up to network and home office right here, and we will go to settings, and under bridge, this little category right here, we're going to check off this box right here under broadband connection coaxial, and under STP for broadband connection as well. Also, we'll check off the box for STP under wireless access point. Scroll down to the bottom, click apply. There's going to be a warning, changing this configuration setting, blah blah blah. We'll ignore that and click apply, and we'll wait for the settings to take effect. At this point, you've essentially bridged the one router to the other, but there's a couple things that we can do to make sure that the connection's bridged. Okay, so the settings are done. We'll go ahead and exit out of our browser. And what you're going to want to do now is go and turn your master router back on and leave your new bridged router on as well. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go turn on my master router. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I just turned on my master router. So we're going to go up to our network preferences. We're going to select our bridge. We'll see that our master router is on, but we're selecting our bridge network. And what we'll do is we'll open up our browser again, and we'll go to the 192.168.1.1 address, and we're going to go to wireless settings, and we'll see that we're still working with our bridge connection. All this means is the routers are currently communicating with each other, and in a couple minutes I can just click around here a couple times, and you'll see I went back to the login page. What this means is the routers have communicated, and the connection is now established that is linking the one router to the master router. So what that means is, even though I'm connected to my bridge router, when I go to sign into my router's gateway, I'm actually connecting to my master router, which we can see right here, that I'm connected to the master router even though I'm connected to the bridged router. What this means is you cannot connect to your router settings. You cannot get to this page for your new bridged router unless you plug an Ethernet cable from your computer into the router and disconnect from Wi-Fi, and then you'll be able to sign in and make changes to your bridged router. Let's make sure that we can connect to the internet, and we can. So this basically means that we have a bridge connection. I can now connect to the internet from this room where this router is, and I'll get a better connection than I would have from the router that's in another room. If you messed up somewhere along the line, just go through the video and double check all the steps and make sure you follow everything correctly. Definitely make sure, if you're having issues, to restore to factory default settings every time that you attempt to do this, just to make sure that you're getting rid of any of settings that you might have changed that would affect the bridging. Other than that, hopefully it works for you like it worked for me, and have a good one.